Russia is accusing Ukraine of violating the Fourth Geneva Convention over protecting civilians. This as people keep fleeing the regions where the Ukrainian army is carrying out a military operation against pro-Russians. Russia's Investigative Committee says Ukrainian forces have been killing and wounding peaceful citizens in their fight against pro-Russian activists. It added that the country's armed forces, National Guard, and the right sector ultra-nationalist group are engaged in committing the alleged crimes. Media reports have indicated that residents of Slavyansk, located in the Donetsk region, continue to escape from the city amid an escalation of fighting there. Several residential areas and a hospital have been targeted by mortar attacks from government forces. Random shelling and stray bullets have already killed dozens of civilians. Ukrainian civilians have been caught in the crossfire as the conflict continues between troops and pro-Russia activists in the eastern parts of the country. A school and a kindergarten have also been attacked in the city of Slavyansk, injuring children. Correspondent in Kiev, Serena Shim, has the details.
Fighting in eastern Ukraine goes on unabated between pro-Russian protesters and the Ukrainian government forces. Dozens have been killed and wounded so far, and political analyst Yevgeny Magda says the conflict is likely to increase.
The president-elect will be initiated very soon. That is when I think the most active stage of the terror operation will be put into play. Without initiation, he doesn't have full control of the army.
The violence, however, has not only continued between the two opposing sides. It has targeted schools and residential areas. Both a school and a kindergarten have been shelled in the eastern city of Slavyansk, as the city has become increasingly unsafe due to the intensified Kiev military campaign. Several civilians were injured in the shelling incidents, including a child.
I think the intensity of the war will continue for a week. It may die down a bit, but will continue for at least a year.
Meanwhile, a Ukrainian military helicopter was shot down by anti-government activists near Slavyansk. The attack left more than a dozen soldiers and a general dead. The continuing loss of life is seen as a major blow to the Ukrainian military. The West blames Russia for the chaos, while Russia says the West instigated the unrest in the country back in December by supporting the ouster of former Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych.
NATO has said thousands of Russian troops have withdrawn from near Ukraine's border, but tens of thousands still remain there. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has called on Kiev to stop its military operation in eastern Ukraine and hold talks with all regions and political groups. Despite these moves, the conflict in eastern Ukraine continues to get more chaotic day after day, and there seems to be no end in sight. Serena Shim, Press TV, Kiev.